Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. I am all smiles today because it has been such a long time since I have unboxed a new fragrance. But today I'm sharing my first fragrance haul of 2023. We're starting strong. I have both new launches from Tom Ford, Cherry Smoke and Electric Cherry. I also have a handful of new influencer fragrances, which I've been dying to try, and then a couple of gifts that were sent over complimentary from Twisted Lily. So today we will unbox all of these fragrances together and I will share my honest first impressions with you. These are my first new launches of the year, Cherry Smoke and Electric Cherry, and I pulled out my Lost Cherry because of course we have to do a comparison. I've heard so much buzz and excitement around these, but I have resisted all urges to watch any reviews, so I have no idea what to expect. I didn't really think twice about it. I just saw the name. It has cherry. Tom Ford Lost Cherry is my favorite Tom Ford fragrance. It's one of my favorite fragrances of all time. So I just bit the bullet, but I did have a pretty large Sephora reward card. So I purchased the 30 ml in both of these, and I only ended up spending a little over $200, which is expensive, but we know Tom Ford prices have become outrageous these days. But I'm going to share my brutally honest opinion on whether or not these are worth the money. We're going to start with Cherry Smoke. Judging by the name alone, I have a feeling this is going to lean more masculine, and this will probably be a fragrance that I gift to my husband. But I just pulled up the notes and I'm reading these for the very first time. Cherry Smoke is described as a warm, spicy fragrance with keynotes of dark cherry, osmanthus, apricot, olive, leather, and smoked wood. For the past 2 years now, I've kept tabs on all of the notable fragrance launches throughout the year, and I keep a list. That way, at the end, I can do an annual roundup and share my favorites, what I thought were the best and the worst fragrance launches of the year. So that's really what I had in mind whenever I purchased these. Let's see. It's actually really nice. Right away, initial first impression is that it is so much more wearable and elegant than I thought it was going to be. I really thought this might be along the lines of, I was about to say Russian Rose, but I looked it up, Rose de Russie. I thought this was going to be like that, where it's just smoky, woody, earthy. I can barely take a full nostril full because it's just choking me. But this is really nice. So much better than I expected. I had pretty low expectations of this. I assumed it wouldn't be my fragrance style, but I actually think this is very pretty. Reminds me a bit of Love Fest from Kayali. It's a little sweet right away. You definitely get that sweet cherry note, but then it's very smoky and leathery in the dry down. I love that tart cherry that you get right away. And then smoky leather, which if you like a smoky leathery fragrance that's still somewhat unisex, you might really like this. Maybe if Lost Cherry has always been a little bit too sweet or too vanilla for you. Very pretty. I still think I will end up giving this to my husband, but it's really pretty. And I can actually picture myself wearing this fragrance for an evening, a weekend, a date night, especially during the winter, a warm, cozy night out. I think this would be really nice. I could also see myself layering this with something else. I would even layer this with Lost Cherry. That would be one hell of an expensive fragrance combination, but I think the two would go really nicely together. Next we have Electric Cherry, which just sounds a little bit more like my style, and I can already see the lipstick and the makeup collection that Tom Ford will probably launch in connection with this fragrance. You know how they have the Rose Prick collection, they have, I think, a Lost Cherry lipstick and some makeup items. I could see them doing Electric Cherry packaging because it's just so bright and bold and it looks like a shade of lipstick. Electric Cherry is categorized as a fruity floral with keynotes of tart morello cherry, ginger, ambrette, musk, spicy pink peppercorn. I have high expectations of Electric Cherry. I didn't have high expectations of Cherry Smoke and I liked it, so hopefully this won't let me down. I'm not looking for a Lost Cherry dupe. I think Lost Cherry truly stands in a league of its own, but I do really like the idea of more cherry fragrances because it's not that common of a note and I think it's really special. Oh wow. Yeah, this is very different. It's extremely medicinal right away. Cherry cough syrup comes to mind, and I think it's probably the ginger because it has that bite, like medicinal bite. And I don't really get as much cherry as I do with the cherry smoke. Maybe because it's a different kind of cherry. It's a tart cherry versus the dark. I definitely pick up on ginger and maybe a little citrus. There's a bit of a bite to it. That spicy pink peppercorn coming through. But then a soft airiness from the musk. It's very pretty. I would not say this is a love, like a lust at first sniff. If I didn't have a huge gift card to put towards this fragrance, I'm not sure I would be extremely happy with it. But I do feel like I need to wear this on the skin. I like it, but it's not an overwhelming love. Like, I remember it when I first tried Lost Cherry, and it was, wow. Yeah, it's a little sweet. I don't really pick up a lot of floral notes, but it's a little bit sweet, kind of cherry candy right away. Almost like a Sour Patch or a Starburst kind of cherry candy. And then the ginger and the musk, and I get a little citrus as well. This is one that I have to wear on my skin because right now I'm not really loving it. I think it's okay. It does not smell bad, but that's not good enough. Not at this price point, and not for any price point, to be honest. I don't think it's worth spending $10 on a fragrance that you don't really love because you're never going to wear it. There's something a little bit soapy as well as it continues to dry down. Kind of reminds me of like a cherry scented dish soap. It's okay. It's not my favorite cherry fragrance. And really, I am surprised because I thought to myself, a cherry, fruity, floral fragrance would definitely be my speed. And I was kind of thinking this would be too harsh. Tom Ford fragrances tend to be a little bit deeper, moodier. They tend to lean a little bit more masculine for my tastes. But I actually think of the two, I personally prefer cherry smoke, and electric cherry, I'm not sure this is even salvageable in that I'm not sure I would even necessarily want to layer this with something else so that I would know that I would wear it. So I need to try it on the skin. You know, this is just a very raw first impression, but this I love. This is so-so. Neither one is as good as Lost Cherry. Moving right along, I have 3 influencer-created fragrances to unbox with you. The first one is 22 Orris from the new fragrance brand Ledda, and this was created by Stephanie Ledda. If you're not already familiar with her content, she has an incredible YouTube channel, Instagram account. She does a lot of beauty, fashion, fragrance, lifestyle content. She's absolutely stunning. I love her taste, and I really love her fragrance videos as well. I've discovered a lot of fragrances. Vert Malachite comes to mind from Armani. I first heard her talking about it. So this is very exciting. All of the branding, the bottles, the packaging are so aesthetically pleasing. It's very clean and minimal, very modern, and Stephanie's taste. I did purchase this fragrance myself. The website was really easy to navigate. It arrived really quickly, so the entire customer service experience was really incredible. I was more than happy to support this fragrance, and I've heard incredible reviews. The description says 22 Orris is a unique yet subtle blend of buttery iris, sandalwood, and soft musk. Pink pepper, pear leaf, and fresh wild freesia combined with sheer jasmine, creamy orris extracts, and lily of the valley create a warm, intimate fragrance. The name of our debut scent is inspired by the year of our brand launch, 2022, and 2200 or 10 p.m., an intimate time of the day for most. Wear 22 Orris when you're most comfortable alone or with someone you love. The bottle design is so elegant. It feels heavy, high quality. The gold cap is very luxurious. I love the label. She really did an incredible job. I'm excited to see what else she comes out with. But let's try the first fragrance, one step at a time. Oh my goodness. Wow, I don't know what I expected. Actually, I do know what I expected, and it's not this. It's so yummy. This is heavenly. Why did I wait so long to unbox this? This is beautiful. Wow. Tom Ford did not give me this reaction, but Ledda 22 Orris is amazing. It's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit smooth, there's a creaminess in there. It's very sensual. Warm and sensual is how I would describe this. Feminine, flirty, soft enough to be worn on a daily basis. I could see wearing this every single day because this is just my style of fragrance. I mean, this is the type of perfume that I love to wear. But then it is kind of sexy. I could also see wearing this for a date night, especially in Miami where it's so hot and humid already. You don't necessarily want to wear something heavy. Now I understand why I received so many comments. So many people were asking me, are you going to review this fragrance? Are you going to get this fragrance? And initially, I didn't really even know much about it, to be fair. But when I read the notes and I just was hearing so much about it, so much buzz, I got really excited to try it. Now I'm disappointed I didn't also get the hand cream. There's also a little set available because I want all of the ancillaries. We don't need another fragrance. We need a hair mist. We need a body oil, a shimmering body oil. I'm incredibly impressed. I'm trying to think of other fragrances that are similar that I could compare it to. What comes to mind, and I think it's not just the fragrance itself, but maybe the color of the juice in the bottle, the La Perla sensual fragrance kind of reminds me of the same mood. They kind of evoke the same vibe. I had to read the notes again because I was thinking it smells a little bit peachy. There's like a delicious fruity creaminess in there, and it must be maybe the pear leaf, the wild freesia. It's really incredible. I love when a fragrance is a little bit sweet but not too sweet. It smells feminine and elegant, but it's not too much. It's not too in your face. It's not too bold, because I find when a fragrance is too extreme in any direction, it kind of limits the time and place that you can wear it or when you feel like it would be appropriate. But this is one of those fragrances that I truly feel I could wear anytime and it would always be appropriate, and I would just feel confident knowing that I smelled really good. I would say this is very feminine but very classy. Like, I want to get dressed up, throw on a floral Zimmermann dress, curl my hair. It smells very romantic. I love it. I think she nailed it. This is an incredible fragrance. I'm just blown away. I'm so inspired by you, so happy for you, and congratulations, Stephanie. This is to die for. Next, we have Bella Ora Exalte from the TikTok fragrance queen herself, Fumi Monet. I have watched so many of her videos and I've heard her talk about this fragrance and describe the notes, talk about how amazing and delicious it smells, and I knew I had to try it. I was so excited when I found out that they restocked this fragrance, because when I first met Fumi last year during our Sephora Squad launch party, she was so excited talking about how she had recently launched her new fragrance and it sold out and it was so popular, and she had meant to bring samples for everybody so we could try it, and I hadn't had a chance to smell it yet. So they restocked. I was able to pick up the 30 ml bottle and I can't wait. I know I usually read the notes first, but I'm too excited and I really want to give you just a raw first impression. So I'm just going to spritz on the blotter and then we'll talk about the notes later. I just need to smell this. Wow, the mister is amazing. Okay. Oh, yes. Exalte. Delicious. Sweet, gourmand, but not too sweet. A little warmth, very sensual. Amazing. I keep taking the deepest breath I can possibly take because it smells so good. Wow. It's really beautiful. I knew it was going to be good, but I just wasn't sure how it was going to smell or how I would compare this with other fragrances. I imagine there's a little rose, vanilla. You know, I love rose and vanilla. That's one of my favorite combinations. It smells so elegant. There's an elegance and a gourmand, delicious quality that I think is really amazing and very popular. You know, I think this is the type of fragrance that anybody and everybody would love this. You know, it has mass appeal, but then it has this perfuminess. I know I'm making this up. I don't know what other word there is to describe it. It smells like a true perfumer's perfume, like something an old Hollywood starlet would wear. Like the type of fragrance that can only be found in the most beautiful ornate bottle, sold in very small quantities. Like a vintage golden age elegance, like so fancy. It smells really fancy. Maybe that's the word I'm trying to look for, and I'm just making it overly complicated. Turkish rose, romantic jasmine, tantalizing vanilla, and musk. I knew it had vanilla and rose. It is just one of the best feminine, delicious, beautiful combinations I think that's possible. Just like with Orris 22, this fragrance is my personal style. These are the type of fragrances that I love to wear. It's my preference. Even if I never saw the brand, never saw the bottle, if I smelled this on a blotter card, I would love it. I would say this one is a little bit sweeter and a little bit more floral than the Orris. Here we have the third and final influencer created fragrance of the Immortals. When Andrea from Curly Scents reached out and asked if I would be interested in trying this fragrance, I was over the moon. I know what a huge deal it is to create a fragrance, just in general, full stop, amazing. But then to send out fragrances in PR complimentary, it's a huge deal, and it means so much to me that she offered to send this to me. So this was sent to me complimentary, and I am so grateful. Thank you so much, Andrea. This bottle is incredible. The packaging looks gorgeous. And if you don't follow her already, I will make sure I link all of their social media handles down below, but you have to take a look at all of the images and the videos that she created for this campaign to promote the fragrance on Instagram. They are beautiful. I mean, she is such a talent. Fragrance, music, she's so beautiful. She really should be a model. All of these women should be models, actually. I'm a huge fan. I'm a fangirl of all of these ladies. But look at this bottle. It's described as an amber vanilla fragrance for men and women. Keynotes include brandy, rum, honey, bergamot, coffee, sea salt, coconut, praline, cashmere wood, jasmine, tonka bean, fig, vanilla, musk, amber, sandalwood, and oud. Now, if that does not smell absolutely delicious, I don't know what does. Okay, so let's go ahead and spritz of the Immortals. Ooh. It's amazing. Delicious, a little bit cooling, kind of like a cool mintiness. That's so nice. It's definitely the spiciest of the three. Not overly sweet and truly a unisex fragrance. But not too masculine. So many times whenever a fragrance is listed as unisex, I kind of think, okay, well that's not going to be for me because they always lean a little bit more masculine in my opinion. But this I would absolutely wear. It's smooth and creamy and delicious. It has all of those edible notes in there, the coffee. Amber vanilla. If you love ambery fragrances and a nice creamy vanilla, I think you will love this. It's very sensual. I want to drink it. I want to eat it. It's so nice. It's so different from the previous two. My mind has to switch gears for a moment. Like, this is so unexpected. But it's really amazing. It smells very complex, very high quality. It smells like a true craft niche fragrance, you know, something really special. I still have two other fragrances, but I'm so tempted to just douse myself in this. I just want to wear it right now. I could see how some people might instantly think of Minuit Demi or Changing Constance because it's maybe adjacent, lives in the same neighborhood. I would say if you like those fragrances, you'll probably also really like this, but they're different. I wouldn't say they smell similar, but maybe same family. And I can also picture my husband wearing this as well. Part of me doesn't even want to show him this fragrance because I don't want him to confiscate it. He ends up with so many incredible fragrances thanks to me, but I really could see both of us enjoying it. And I wouldn't change a thing. Usually when I wear a unisex fragrance, I might layer with something else, something a little bit sweeter, a little bit more feminine so that it's still my style. But I think this is perfect the way it is. I do love vanilla fragrances, and vanilla is very prominent here, so I think that's probably part of the reason why I'm really drawn to it. It's delicious, warm, sensual, a little spicy, a little bite, but as it continues to dry down on the blotter, it gets a little softer, warmer, creamier. It's getting more and more delicious gourmand vanilla. I have the 3 blotter cards right here. I'm going to go back and try them. They're so different. There's really no sense in comparing, but I'm going to just for fun. Orris 22, amazing. Love it. I could see wearing that every single day, running errands, going to lunch. Exalte, weekends, brunch, fancier daytime occasions, but I still think you could wear it any time. Of the Immortals, I think is the moodiest, sexiest. This to me is more of a date night. This is like warm caramel vanilla. Exalte is like a beautiful rose bouquet, like delicious but perfumey perfume. And the Orris 22, we need a shimmering body oil. We need a hair mist. We need a body lotion. Give me the whole line. I love all 3 of these. Wow! Part of the reason I was so excited to unbox those fragrances is because now I can finally put together my list of the best and worst fragrances of 2022. So that video will be coming very soon. I know I'm so behind unboxing all of these, and it's going to be really tough to beat those, but I do have 2 fragrances here that were generously gifted from Twisted Lily. These were on my wish list. I've smelled them before. I knew I loved them, and I requested them from the brand. So this is Casumarati Lyra. Lyra is one of my favorite vanilla fragrances. I think I talked about this in my part 2 Best of Vanillas video, and I had tried several samples of this and I knew I really liked it, but I just wasn't sure when the right time would be to add this to my collection. And I remember showing my husband several different fragrances and asking him which one was his favorite, and he loved Lyra. So that kind of solidified it for me. It's one thing if you really love a fragrance, but if your husband or your significant other really loves it as well, then it just makes you want to wear it a little bit more. It's sweet. It's very intense. Reminds me a lot of Sublime Vanille from Creed, but a more intense version. It's so pretty. If you love sweet, vanilla, feminine fragrances, this is perfect for you. Very princessy, sweet and dainty and delicious, and just a beautiful vanilla for a date night. I love Lyra. I'm so happy to finally add this one to my collection. I think if I had to choose a favorite from this particular line from Xerjoff, I still love Dama Bianca. I don't think anything can beat that fragrance for me, but Lyra is a close second. The second fragrance they sent over is from Wilhelm Parfumerie. This is Poets of Berlin. Another very popular fragrance. Lyra is incredibly popular as well. I know a lot of people talk about that one. So is it incredibly different and unique? No, but I still think these are fragrances that you're not going to smell that often. As much as people talk about them online and on social media, you really don't see them or smell them out in the wild that often. I feel the same way about Poets of Berlin. Still kind of, if you know, you know. It's actually been a while since I've smelled this one. I remember trying a sample and loving it. Ooh. Hopefully I will still feel the same way. I think I will. Oh, yes. Oh, it's so interesting. It has such a zing at first. Almost a green bite. I remember now, once it dries down, that's when it really comes to life. It's so pretty. But it's very different. One of the most unique fragrances. but this is really nice. And these fragrances, the Willem Parfumerie fragrances, are so intense. They're some of my longest lasting. I also smell vanilla, but this is so different from Lyra. This has a real twist to it. I don't know if it's a combination of everything that I've smelled, but when I'm smelling this now, it just reminds me of summertime. I want to wear this on a date night over the summer. I also wanted to quickly share this incredible discovery set. I don't even think you can call this a discovery set. This is like a brand discovery set from Amouage. It says The Gift of Kings. This was also sent to me complimentary from Twisted Lily because I had expressed interest in trying more of the Amouage fragrances. I've only tried a handful, and some have been hit and miss, but it's one of the brands that I've been most excited to learn more about. So I have so many samples inside this box, which the box itself is really beautiful. So I'm going to just dedicate an entire video to Amouage fragrances. If you have a favorite, let me know down below so I can look out for it. But that video will be coming soon, but I just want to make sure I do this set justice. So that will be more of a brand guide, buying guide. We're going to smell every single fragrance in this box together another time. After unboxing all of these fragrances, I can confidently say I think 2023 is going to be a very strong year for fragrance launches. I can just smell it. It's in the air for 2023. But that completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you liked seeing my first haul of the year. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. I love reading your recommendations. You have incredible taste in fragrances. If there are any new launches, anything that came out in 2023 already and I haven't mentioned it yet, let me know down below in the comment section. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.